Good morning.
Morning.
When it comes to faith, smart people don't believe this stuff. Hold that thought, I'll come back to it. When I was very young, I came to faith willingly but slowly. At a time when I was desperately trying to hold on to childhood fantasies, biblical stories were of a kind. If one could exist, why couldn't the other? Creation of the world in 6 days, Jonah and the whale, parting the Red Sea, the miracles, the resurrection, all part of a big, beautiful story that I wanted to believe. So I took it on board without much challenge, and my faith began. Then come the years of resistance training, called education. The concept of God and the Christian faith seem to be at odds with everything science has taught us for centuries. Religious traditions, we are told, are human inventions that struggle to call on any solid evidence to support their implausible claims. The punchline, either implicitly or explicitly, is smart people don't believe this stuff. A funny thing happened to me at that time. My faith grew. It seemed the more my education dismissed certain literal interpretations of the Bible, the more aware I became of things that happened to me and around me that I couldn't explain by reasoning alone. So my curiosity and my faith grew. If we're lucky, our lives are filled with more instances of celebration than sadness. Mine certainly has been. The presence of the church, this church, and the context of faith has always made the good things seem better. Every time that happens, my faith grows. Then come the tests that can send you into the depths of despair and put you at the crossroads of your faith. Unfortunately, as you've heard from prior testimonials, many of us in this parish have shared in such a test. In my case, the premature death of someone very precious in my life. In those moments, if you're like me, you seek understanding and comfort wherever you can. I turned to one of my wife's aunts who had suffered a similar loss. I asked her when the pain would pass. Her answer, never. But you will come to terms with it with God's help. So I turned to the church and to God, and with the question often asked in those moments, why me? Why me, God? And again, the not so comforting answer, why not you? And with God's help and with the help of all of you, the healing began. And my faith grew. Years later, through guidance and introduction from Christ Church, I found myself working in Mother Teresa's shelters in Haiti. On the first day, I walked through the door of the children's shelter and was surrounded by makeshift cribs that were filled with infants that had been left on the steps of the shelter the night before, many of whom would not survive the night. I turned to the sister in charge, and in a variation of Ronald Reagan's famous quip, I said in so many words, "Sister, I'm from America, and I'm here to help. What can I do?" Answer, nothing. There is nothing you can do for these people. But that's okay, because you're not here for them. You're here for you. Those words have been prophetic in my life and in my relationship with Christ Church. Over the subsequent weeks, my faith and my belief in God were strained and then reconfirmed. How could a loving God allow such human tragedy? The answer came back through the eyes of the Haitians themselves, who I found not only intelligent and loving, but resolute in faith. More than once, I felt convinced that I had seen God's faith and his works through their eyes. And my faith grew. For the last 35 years, Christ Church has been our Christian home, more than just a place to worship. It's been the center of gravity of our faith, a place I come for enjoyment, reflection, support, answers to unanswerable questions. It is a place where I feel God's presence. Every time I walk through these doors, I hear the sister remind me, you're here for you. And every week I try to say a little prayer for all the smart people who don't believe this stuff.
Thank you.